So today I did a 4-mile speed hike around the main streets of where I live. I prefer to hike on the concrete rather than the grass. I prefer the harder, more consistent ground. I like to get some cardio workouts done during the week. And in the winter it gets more and more difficult to drive yourself towards exercise out in the cold elements, but afterwards I always feel like it was worth your while. I usually always carry my Olympus Pen F with me wherever I go, as it's small, light and fits easily into small spaces like a jacket pocket. I never use my smartphone for serious shooting, always a dedicated camera. When I go for a speed hike, it's more about the walking than the photographing. But if I happen to upon a scene or interesting object, I will certainly stop and investigate to see if it was worth my while sticking around and interrupting the walk. During this walk today, I discovered around 5 interesting subjects that were worth stopping for in terms of photographing or shooting. The first was this cluster of leaves that caught my eye near the footpath. I liked how they were close-knit and organised into a circular form, each with their own individual space, but also collectively as a whole. The light was very good and very soft today because of the heavy cloud cover, but it illuminated the tops of each leaf and reflected off the surface, making it shine, drawing the viewer's eye. When viewed in colour, I find it too clashy and messy, especially with the dark green backdrop. The colours are very late winter and are fading. No, I prefer this in black and white, as the forms and shapes are greatly emphasised over the colours. I shot it with a square format to hold the shape better in the frame, the shape of the composition. So the second interruption on my walk was a tree. I immediately knew it was a black and white photograph in the making, and also in a 16:9 format, as this naturally filled the frame with the shape of the tree. I liked how its skeletal trunks reached towards the sky and began to fall limp at the highest point, indicating a weakness in the branches. You got a feeling for the exposure to nature over a long period of time and its battle with the elements. I often look out for the naked trees of winter, as they make for such good graphic studies. You should try it yourself sometime. The third photograph I shot was this gravestone on the military cemetery that was on my walk, and I sometimes just stroll around, as there are sometimes some interesting things here. This gravestone stood out as I entered the space, and I wandered over to it knowing it was definitely a photographic opportunity. I liked the way the surface of the stone was fading and becoming almost illuminous in its quality. I got low to the ground, on my knees, to isolate it from the baggage that was going on around it. I framed it between 2 other stones behind it so I could amplify the context of the scene. Again, I preferred the black and white image over the colour one, but you may disagree. I think black and white scenes tend to simplify the form, light and space of subject matter. I used a fairly shallow depth of field to bring the viewer's eye onto the stone. In my last scene on my walk, I noticed up ahead some birds, pigeons I guess, sitting perched on a street lamp. They were perfectly symmetric, with 2 birds either side, and they all faced the same way. I only had a 35mm lens with me, so I had to think of using the street lamp as part of the framing, and also to incorporate the moody sky. The birds were aware of me looking up at them, and I could sense them getting twitchy and ready to take off. So I got the one shot in the bag, and as I walked past them I glanced back up, and there they were, but this time I could see 4 backsides. This could make for a double image framed print. Made me laugh anyway. Yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It would be good to connect at some point.